Last time, we talked about the possibility of alien life forms having limbic intelligence under the Triune Brain model due to the limbic system dominating their brain instead of the neocortex, as is the case with us humans. If you haven't seen the previous videos, check them out, the link is in the description below. We saw that diverse forms of alien intelligence could be possible simply by allowing that extraterrestrial brains may be dominated by reptilian or limbic rather than neocortical components. But even if aliens on other worlds are predominantly neocortical, there is no guarantee that their minds will be equivalent to ours. So today, we will dive into the minds of alien beings who possess brains comprised primarily of neocortical material. Reptilian creatures first appeared during the Mesozoic era, a period in our planet's history marked by a very mild, warm, uniform climate on a global scale. Mammals didn't take over until after, when the weather turned from reasonably ideal to not so ideal. So we can imagine a world that is perpetually wild and rough, varying widely from hot to cold and dry to wet without respite. On such a planet, there might be a significant advantage in developing homeothermy far sooner than organisms did here on Earth. If warm-bloodedness arrived early enough, perhaps even predating the rise of cold-blooded or reptilian creatures, then the rapid unfolding of biological evolution could leave the reptilian component of the brain relatively small and insignificant. Aliens on other worlds may have only a few traces of the R complex, along with a few insufficient traces of the limbic system, giving them a brain comprised primarily of neocortical material. These aliens would think far differently from humans, even though they share with us a large neocortical component. The ancient drives of aggression, dominance, and impulsive hierarchical organization might be completely foreign to them, so they may have great difficulty comprehending the significance of our many cultural rituals and our religious and political institutions. To them, our emotionality would appear primitive and even barbaric. For these aliens, using logical reasoning and deductions to make any type of decision would be the only way to live their lives. Advancing the fields of mathematics and physics would be of utmost importance in societies such as these. Perhaps things such as religion or the belief in a higher power may be foreign and primitive concepts to them. Using objective scientific methods to advance their race might be the only possibility for such creatures, as they may lack the emotional and aggressive drives caused by the limbic and reptilian structures respectively. This means that such creatures would be extremely technologically advanced in all areas of life. So when it comes to their army and weapons technology, they would easily be far superior to us humans today. Their technology to us would seem to come straight out of the realm of science fiction. This may make these aliens far superior to any other alien race with a different tripartite neurosystem. So if these aliens share the neurocortex, a large part of their brain with us humans, is it possible for us to evolve and be exactly like this someday? According to authors Doris and David Jonas, while intelligence arises because life forms must adapt to their environment, it will continue to evolve only so long as the adaptation is not perfect. So higher intellect leads either to greater survivability or to superior control of the environment, either of which in turn leads to a decrease in the need to develop still greater intelligence. In the last 30 million years of terrestrial history, the neocortex of mammals has enlarged from a mere wisp to a massive structure dominating the human cranial cavity. The authors hypothesized that this trend will continue because human society is not yet perfectly adapted to the technological environment it has created. The ability to comprehend and analyze increasingly complex and abstract problems is of greater selective value than ever before. The impulsive emotional reactions radiated by the limbic system appear maladaptive in a society in which rationality is the hallmark of success. And the ritualistic and aggressive behaviors caused by the reptilian brain seem incompatible with a healthy, undogmatic, liberal culture on a small planet with limited resources and finite territories. So it is not unreasonable to assume that the neocortex may continue to enlarge over time in the future human generations. Perhaps it will eventually grow to replace most or all of the cognitive and behavioral functions presently assumed by other brain systems. The resulting intelligence, which David and Doris feel may be in store for humanity, may be what we call Homo Neocorticus. Like the ancient alien homeotherms described in this video, extraterrestrials whose culture is highly technologically oriented like ours may undergo similar evolution, slowly casting off their primitive drives one by one as they become highly rational and unflappable thinkers. However, it may well be that the timescales in such projections are all wrong. For example, millions of years were required even for the abnormally rapid expansion of the human neocortex, whereas social and technical changes require time periods on the order of tens, hundreds, or thousands of years. However, it is unlikely that the ultimate evolution of Homo Neocorticus or its extraterrestrial counterpart is impossible. The very rapidity of technological processes may permit a kind of artificial evolution to an equivalent state. Advanced genetic engineering, for example, could make the design and development of altered humans with reduced or restricted limbic and reptilian brain components possible. Moreover, artificial biological brain components or bioengineered modules could be used to replace ancient brain sections with more advanced neocortex-like structures. Then there's always the possibility of Homo-bionicus, with its snap-on input monitors, plug-in memory modules, and subcutaneous microcomputer logic circuits. Each of these are reasonable models of conceivable alien intelligence with whom we may someday have to learn to deal. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, do leave a like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Also, let us know your thoughts on whether humans would ever evolve to such a level in the comments down below. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.